Joe from Tech Life here to talk to you about the PS5. So yesterday, the PS5 was announced. It was finally revealed. The new PS5 system is here. Needless to say, it was a surprise that we got the full gambit of an E3 show by Sony in a new COVID-19 filled way. To start, I want to say we saw a lot of new games, indie games, third-party games, first-party games that was announced. And right off the bat, I can tell you there's 3 games that I'm super excited about. The first is Spider-Man Miles Morales, who Sony just confirmed that this is going to be an expansion on the original game that was on the PS4. So they're going to enhance it for the PS5 system, but we also get this expansion featuring Miles Morales. So I was kind of bummed that we didn't get to see that an expansion on the PS4 game, but makes more sense that we'll be able to tackle it with some new hardware, better graphics in a better way. So I'm looking excited to see that game come out. And what's funny is I'm actually working on a PC system, mainly for editing and streaming and etc. and those type of things, that is centered on Miles Morales. So I'll have that in a new video for you guys soon, but super excited for that game. Next up, one of the biggest games on my bucket list of on the PS5 system is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. So this is a new game that I can tell you I've been waiting for another Ratchet & Clank game for I don't know how long. So I'm excited this game is coming to us on a PS5 system, better graphics, new storyline, and the premise behind this game seems to be that the worlds are collapsing on each other, and once again, Ratchet and Clank have to save their universe. Something that's interesting about this game is you'll see in the cutscene of the videos that Ratchet and Clank get separated, and that's when we discover that there's a new character. We don't know who she is, and yes, I said she. She's another Lombex. She's a new character to the story, so I'm interested to see how this is. I'm wondering if we'll be able to play with her, and if she's the new character going forward, meaning there's no more Ratchet, or does this mean that she is going to work with Clank until they can find Ratchet, until something happens where they can fix this and then Ratchet comes back. So that's a game I'm super excited about. Can't wait for that to come out. There's a little bit of gameplay footage here for you to see from what they showed, but definitely excited for that game as well. The third game that I'm really somewhat excited for, I can't even say somewhat, kind of more extremely excited for, is the Horizon Dawn game. So previously, there was Horizon Zero Dawn. There was an expansion for that. One of the most beautiful games on the PS4 system. This summer we're actually going to see it coming to the PC system, so I'm excited for that because I want to play it on my PC as well. But this new storyline is her having to save their world, or the new world of where it is now, from some threat that they don't know from. So she's on a mission to figure that piece out and find out what's going on there. The game looks stunning to see from the trailer. Can't wait to play that on a PS5 system, and I'm wondering if these new 8K systems, these 8K TVs will take advantage of that, or upscale, or anything like that with the PS5 system. So at this point, I don't know if we know that information yet, but that would be kind of nice to see. But yes, there were a lot of other games that were announced. Some indie games that I'm kind of excited for. This game called Stray looks pretty cool. It looks like a bunch of robots in this world, and then you got one cat, the only human or only lifelike thing in this universe. So I'm excited to learn more about that game and some others. I'll cover the other games in a different video, but from this event, it sounds like we got some good games coming up, and this isn't even the beginning. One thing they did mention in the YouTube live was that GTA 5 will be enhanced for PS5. So a lot of people were expecting a GTA 6. I don't think there's time for that yet, but they're going to enhance GTA 5 for the console system. And in addition to that, for every player that's on PS4 on the GTA Online, they'll get $1 million every month until the game comes out, which is supposed to be later in this holiday season. So that is, and same with the Miles Morales game, that should be holiday season as well. So back to what I was saying though, the Grand Theft Auto being the same game except enhanced for the PS5 sounds like they want to keep building on what they have so far before there's a GTA 6. So don't know the reason behind that with Rockstar, but definitely if people are continuing to play their game with this blowout number that they had back in December, I could see why they would want to continue expanding what they currently have on the new generation of systems. And of course, we didn't see any of the new Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs or anything else that was announced. But we know that it's going to be on the next gen systems. And since we know the PlayStation is going to be backwards compatible, I'm interested to see with current games, for example, Last of Us 2, which is coming out, if that's going to be upscaled for PS5, so being able to use that PS4 disc, but take advantage of the PS5 graphics. So they did this way back with PS4 when there was barely any games that came out, and if you had bought the Assassin's Creed Black Flag back then, they had released some software to make it playable on the PS4. So it was on PS3, excuse me, but it was playable on the PS4. So I'm wondering if they're going to do the same thing, except that they're going to enhance the game with some software update for anything that's out right now before the PlayStation 5 comes out. So having said all that about the games that were announced today, we got to look at the PS5. And man, let me tell you, wasn't expecting to see the PS5 today, but not one, but two systems. So you got the PS5 and you got the PS5 digital edition. So obviously the difference between the two is one has the 4K Blu-ray drive and the other one doesn't have any. So for a lot of people who don't like to collect games or just want to download it straight to the system, there's this discless version. That's kind of in the same lines with Xbox, given that they have the two systems that they want to bring out. But no one was expecting Sony to announce the two. In addition, you got the new DualSense controllers, and you can see the footage in here. It's got the haptic feedback, microphone built in, the motion controls, better experience sensory wise is what I would say. So being able to feel when you're pulling a bow and arrow back, the tension in the controller or the trigger, that'll be nice and interesting and new. Or the recoil of the gun, or the vibration of pulling the trigger. So I'm interested to see how all that's going to play and how many developers are going to take advantage of that. Definitely know for sure the Sony Interactive games, for example, Insomniac, and for example, Ratchet & Clank or Spider-Man or Horizon Zero Dawn, those games are definitely going to take advantage of it. But interesting to see if indie developers will take advantage of it or others. You know, how much time or effort does that take to build into their game? So that'll be nice to see as well. We also got to see a charging dock that fits the same color scheme. So, for example, the color scheme is black and white. Just what, let me rephrase that, white and black. Just what we saw with the controller that was teased months ago. This is definitely a change for PlayStation, because you're used to solid colors. For example, gray when PlayStation first came out, and then when they did the Mini, it was white, and then moving on to PS2, you got black with blue, and PS3 black with little silver accents, and then you got PS4 solid black, and focus on the RGB. Well, it's not even really RGB, the different colors, the white, the yellow, the orange to accent. So that light bar to accent the PS4. And now you're moving on to the PS5, where you got all white, mostly white with black accents, and that LED light bar on the PS5. And it actually looks pretty nice. It looks very futuristic. Definitely a change from what we've seen in the past. I will also say I'm welcoming the design, because when the leaks were coming out for the development kits, and I wasn't looking too thrilled with that whole V or 5 shape system. It was really bulky. Obviously, I know that's not the final product, but still, I wasn't too super excited about that. but I like the way it looks. It looks like the vent ports are all around the PS5, so cooling may not be an issue. It looks a little thinner. It's tapered edges. It's really nice system. But we got the new controller dock that fits that scheme as well. The new HD camera fits the same color theme as everything else, and they have these Pulse Sense headset. That looks really cool. So one of the big focuses back with the kind of a discussion of the specs in the past was audio. No one's taking advantage of audio, so it's almost like a full sensory overload with the PS5. And I'm kind of for it. I like to be immersed in games. I like to feel like I'm in it. A lot of things that drew me to playing the Uncharted series is being in a movie. So now actually feeling like I'm in the movie and can hear all the sounds from around me and vibrations and everything that's going on. That's super exciting. One of the things that was not noted was the price. We know that it's going to come out this holiday season. There's speculation that it's going to be around October, November. So we don't know the price. We also don't know if all of those items are included with the system, or if you have to buy all those things separately like you did in the past. And you can bet for sure that you're going to get the console, obviously, in the controller. Now, in terms of the media remote and the HD camera, we don't, and even the headset, we don't know if that's going to be included. Excuse me. It would be nice if that was included, but there's no way of knowing. So we'll see how that goes from when we get closer to the release date. I'm sure they have to say something in around the September range, just so we can get the pre-order set up. And it would actually be nice if they did the pre-orders sooner than later, because then you can secure your spot, or if they need to know if they need to make more devices to release out this year. But for sure, Tech Life and me, I'm pre-ordering a PS5 as soon as I can. Definitely want to feature it on the channel. Definitely want to look at this new technology. So that's something that we want to get over here. So the sooner the better, right? In terms of all accessories, obviously I'm going to get those too. We want to take a look at all that kind of stuff. So bundled in or not, that'd be nice. Hopefully it's not the leaked price that came out over the weekend. I think on Amazon in UK, someone said the price was around $700 USD. I don't see a lot of people buying it at that price. I could see it increasing, maybe $100 more, but I personally feel that you got to include some extra things in there, not that little earbud that came with the PS4. So super excited about that. We added some footage in here from the release, and some stock images and some gameplay footage here for you to see. And this is a different type of video than what we're used to doing, but definitely wanted to talk about the PS5 and the excitement and games I'm looking forward to. Until then, though, stay tuned for more content. Till next time, this has been Tech Life. I'll catch you guys in the next one.